Let's go really into the meat. What is smart places?
Yeah, Smart Places is a social ecosystem that rewards users for connecting and the interaction. You can say on traditional social media platform, the model is quite simple. You have a get a free service by using the social media. They earn revenue by monetize your data and display ads for you. Uh, in a centralized system, it's also impossible for the users to know what data is being shared. It's also you don't know who receive it and what they actually do with the data. So our vision with smart places is actually to change the entire model of how we interact and how users are in the focus. So we empower user by giving them back their ownership for the data. So if you decide you opt in to share your data, then it's monetized in a zero knowledge by utilizing the Cardano blockchain. You get rewarded by the smart packet ecosystem if you decide to monetize your data. The same thing goes for ads. If you want to deactivate ads and not show any ads at all, that's possible. If you want to earn revenue on it for displaying ads, you could also activate it. So smart places is about bringing the power back to the user.
Okay. So what data is collected, and also, when the data is collected, if the user opts in to share, what are they rewarded with?
They are rewarded from the ecosystem. We have our own token. So when the ecosystem earn revenues on different way, we have a buyback system. We buy tokens back to have a value of the tokens that are distributed in the ecosystem.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and regarding, sorry, because your question was also what kind of data are collected, right? So that is an aspect, especially in regards of data privacy, so that we take care that the lowest amount of private of private data are collected that is possible. Basically, it's more or less more statistic or general information that are collected. And the very few of personal data, they are of course not directly monetized or sold or something. So we have a focus on this compliant aspect in this regards.
Okay.
So there is no possibility to actually show who is the users behind the data. So
And you guys aim for this to be a DAO one day, right? Can you tell me more about that? Why do you think this makes sense as a DAO? Do you think that's important for social media moving forward? And also that data that's collected, is that used to essentially bring more value back to the DAO?
yeah, you can say our vision is, of course, to become a DAO. The issues we have into today world is you have the laws that it makes it impossible to go straight for a DAO because you have to have some kind of moderation. They need one entity to contact if it's not going to be shut down straight away. So there is different ways of going about with the DAO, but we are constantly searching for way to decentralize more parts. But you don't want everything about social media to be decentralized. You don't want a late night tweet to be available forever. If you have ever deleted something from a social media account, then you don't want that part to be decentralized. But what's actually matter is how the moderation on the system works and how the data is monetized, and that is in a decentralized way. So the users or the parts of social media that is possible to decentralize and is important that is decentralized will be that from the start. I think Björn could go maybe into more of the legal issues around this.
Yeah, yes, of course, especially in regards of the content moderation, right? I mean, there are already now huge challenges. So when we speak about free speech, for example, of course, we don't want to hinder this. But on the other hand, we of course have to make sure that the content is according to the law, to the local law also. So that requires, on the one hand, to have on the technical side, some measures in place. We think about using their AI also, but on the in the second part, we also have to think about to moderate this content somehow. And that is challenging, of course. I mean, we see this centralized social media platforms, for them also not easy. We are talking already with some partners, and I think we have a good way to make this compliant. For us, of course, we have some advantages. So on the one hand, we come to this, I think, in a second when we talk about the app, but the content we have, it's actually very current. So it's just usually up for 60 minutes. So it's a short period of time on the one hand. And secondly, we have a lot of private groups, so you don't have this kind of public social media effect in all regards, and that helps, of course. But yeah, still it's a challenge. But I think we can solve that.
So have you guys thought about going down the route of, Uniswap v2, where you essentially have a front end application, and because of the local laws and, local regulations, they've actually hidden tokens from the front end. However, the protocol underlying is actually still decentralized, and people can still swap those tokens that aren't shown on the front end. Is that the direction that Smart Places is going to take, where you essentially have a decentralized protocol that, has freedom of speech with no moderation, however, relative to the local jurisdiction and the local laws and regulation, that, you guys from the front end are hiding that or filtering that relative to the jurisdiction, but the protocol underneath is still open and free? Are you guys going to go in that direction, or is that layer one essentially going to be moderated as well?
That's a really good question. We are working now with decentralized cloud services, because social media usually uses AI to go through images that are posting on the platform, to go through different wordings and things you do. So we are talking with several partners on that, on the moderation part, and we have meetings next week with two projects in the Cardano ecosystem. Because when we started this, there wasn't an Alonso, there wasn't a possibility to actually build on Cardano. So we went with Ocean Protocol, and we have a partnership with them where we have talked about they are focused mostly on data monetization, but they are connected to several project in the Cardano ecosystem that does AI. They are connected with cloud services, so there is a possibility to do something here. But we need to be a little careful about what we say, because we have signed on a few NDAs lately, and we haven't exactly decided on how to do it, and with who.
Yeah, I mean, that truly is the hardest problem that you guys are going to have to solve, in my opinion. That's something that, Twitter and YouTube, after, years, they're still trying to figure it out there. So yeah, I don't see any negative as far as still figuring that one out.